Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to cover these lovely plants that I've had in my wish list. These are the jewel alocaceas. I know it's been a while, about a week before my last video, and that's because I have my sister and my nephews visiting and I've been spending some time with them. But I've obviously not forgotten about you, my YouTube gardening friends. So this video covers the wish list plants that I've had. So as I said, these are called the jewel alocaceas. Some of these I have already covered before. For instance, the black velvet or the Alocasia reginula. Okay, but today I want to focus on some of the other alocaceas like the dragon scale. Just look at the foliage on this one. Doesn't this remind you of the mythical dragon with its lovely emerald green leaves? Leaves itself are very thick skinned, right? I mean, like the dragon scale. And then you have the other variant of this. This is a silver color. So this is the dragon scale and this is the silver dragon. And both of them are called the Alocasia Baginda. So Baginda has three variants. You have the dragon scale, you have the silver dragon and the black velvet. All of them go under the Baginda Alocasia variant. And then of course you have the Amazonica or poly here. I mean, this is actually the poly. Difference between a poly and Amazonica is Amazonica gets a little bigger than this, versus poly is more of a hybridized form of the Amazonica, remains a lot smaller. And this one here is another one, my favorite of the lot. This is the Alocasia cuprea. Okay, this is also called normally when you call a jewel alocasia, although all of these are jewel alocaceas, typically the first plant that comes to mind is Alocasia cuprea, which is also called the mirror alocasia or the mirror plant, simply because of its shiny copper hued leaves with these beautiful mirror like leaves that it has. And see the color on it, the rich color of copper and pinkish copper leaves. And if you see the back side of the leaves, it's got this beautiful pinkish purple variation or variegation on the leaves, and it looks so lovely, right? All of these leaves, the front is beautiful, the back is equally beautiful. Look at the venations on this one, the back of the leaves. And of course you have seen the reginula in the past, light pink leaves on the reginula as well. Now these alocaceas, by their very nature of these plants, they are plants that like warmth, they are plants that like moisture and a lot of humidity as well. So these plants are native to tropical rainforests, so they like the warmth or the temperatures, the high temperatures, but not direct light. Especially if you look at the cuprea and the dragon scale, if you put it in direct sunlight, there is every possibility that the leaves are going to burn, okay, or they're going to dry out. Same thing with the black velvet as well. The Amazonica as well as the silver dragon can still tolerate a little more sun when compared to the darker skinned alocaceas. But having said that, these are plants that can be grown both indoors and outdoors as long as they don't get too cold. Now, this one, especially the silver dragon, was doing so well for me till yesterday. Yesterday we had some unpredictable evening showers, and suddenly I'm finding that the plant has withered in the morning, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this video today before this plant goes into dormancy. The good thing about alocaceas are that they grow from rhizomes. So even if they lose out all their leaves, they do have the rhizomes. The rhizomes are alive and kicking within the soil, and as long as you don't overwater them, they will come back when the temperatures go a little higher. For instance, I could have kept all of these plants indoors. Then they will last you through the entire year. They don't go through a dormancy period. So which brings me to the first tip when it comes to these plants. The first tip is light. So alocaceas like bright indirect light. So don't put them into direct sunlight, but they prefer a little brighter light when compared to other plants, and they do well in bright light. Now, along with light, they also are plants that love the humidity, which means that if you are growing them indoors, you will have to kind of supplement the humidity using a humidifier, or do grow them outdoors in the balcony, or if you're growing them in the terrace, as long as you have a shade net. As long as they are not growing under direct sunlight, they should be okay. But do grow them around. You can grow them around water bodies. You can grow them if you makeshift fountain, etc., or a pond, etc. They will grow extremely well for you because they love the humidity. The third element that they really like, or I would say dislike, is the cold weather. Okay, so make sure that you don't expose them to direct ACs or a cold draft that way, or even the direct blast of the sun. So they don't like any kind of extremes of weather. And as long as you give them the right light conditions and humidity conditions, they will thrive for you. The other part is water. They do like their moisture, but like any other plant, they don't like to be always in water. These are not water plants, so you can't just keep them wet all the time. They do like getting dry between waterings, but not bone dry. So keep them relatively moist. These are plants that might do very well in self-watering kind of pots. Colocaceas, on the other hand, do grow in marshy areas. If you take care of these conditions, they are relatively easy plants to grow. Given that they are from the tropical rainforest, they are not drought resistant. So you cannot, kind of keep them dry. They are plants that need their relative moisture, but otherwise they are low maintenance plants. Now, in terms of pests, big magnets for mealybugs as well as for spider mites, especially spider mites. I did give you a demonstration from an old video wherein I sprayed this particular plant, especially with a cocktail of different organic pesticides. It was a mix of neem oils, soap solution, as well as rubbing alcohol. So you can use this kind of a solution to keep them spider mites at bay. You have to make sure that you spray the underside of the leaves. Look at how beautiful this foliage is. I can't get over the beauty of this Cuprea, right? I've been admiring it almost every day, the Cuprea as well as the dragon scale, my all-time favorite plants. Okay, so this one is going through its dormancy, my little poly, and slowly coming back. So this one leaf has come crinkled. I'm expecting other leaves to come, and the Reginula fortunately has been doing pretty well, relatively well. It went through a huge mite attack, but it's growing quite well. This fellow will obviously get dormant and come back to me. This is about the Alocaceas, and as I said, all of them together are called jewel Alocaceas. These are plants, signature plants, right? These are conversation starters. Currently in India are very expensive. So especially the dragon scale Cuprea as well as the silver dragon have become extremely expensive because they are all imported. They are not currently readily available in India, so you will really have to pay the price to obtain them. Last year the black velvet was super expensive, but this year I'm seeing that the prices have stabilized a bit, so I'm hoping that it's going to be the same thing with the dragon scale as well as the Cuprea, but currently they are expensive to buy as well and not readily available. So that's the only challenge with these plants right now, but they are so beautiful that you can go the extra mile to be able to get them and add them to your collection. Okay, so if you do get these plants, to add them to your collection. And as I said, 3 elements that you need to remember: they like warmth, they like their moisture, they like their humidity. And as long as you take care of these 3 things for Alocaceas, they will last quite a while and add that beautiful dimension or charm to your garden that no other plant can add. And just with their leaves, they can add so much of beauty to your garden. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Bye.